Join me as I try to break down the complex world of artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI. If these sound confusing, don't worry. I make it simple enough for anyone to understand. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what they mean, and I'll walk you through some real-life examples to make it all super easy to follow. 1. Artificial intelligence, AI. Let's kick things off with artificial intelligence, or AI. AI is a broad concept where computers are programmed to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. In simple terms, it's when we make machines smart enough to do things that only humans could do before, like making decisions, solving problems, or understanding language. AI can be found in many things you already use, like your smartphone, social media, or streaming platforms. For example, when Netflix recommends a movie you might like, it's using AI to predict what you're interested in based on what you've watched before. Example: think about Siri or Alexa. When you ask them a question like, "What's the weather today?" they understand what you're saying and respond with the right information. That's AI working behind the scenes to figure out your question and give you the answer. AI is everywhere now, from cars that can drive themselves to chatbots that can help answer customer service questions. It's making our devices and apps smarter by helping them understand and respond to what we need. Second, machine learning. Next up is machine learning, or ML. This is a type of AI, but here, the machine doesn't just follow a set of instructions, it actually learns from data. Below in the description. Think of it like teaching a child to recognize different types of fruit. The more times you show the child pictures of apples and oranges, the better they get at telling them apart. That's what machine learning does, but with way more data and way faster. In machine learning, we give computers lots and lots of examples, and over time, they learn to recognize patterns. So instead of us having to tell the computer what every apple or orange looks like, it learns by itself by looking at the data over and over. Example: imagine you use an online shopping app, and it starts showing you recommendations for products you might like. At first, the recommendations might not be perfect, but over time, as you browse, click on certain items, and make purchases, the app gets better at suggesting products that match your taste. That's machine learning in action. The app learns from your behavior and the behaviors of other users to improve its recommendations without anyone programming it directly. 3. Deep learning. Now, let's talk about deep learning. This is a special kind of machine learning. But what makes it deep? Well, it's because deep learning uses structures called neural networks, which are inspired by the way our brains work. Just like our brains have lots of interconnected neurons that help us process information, deep learning models have many layers of these neurons that allow computers to process data in a more advanced way. The reason it's called deep learning is because these models have many layers that work together to analyze information. This makes it really powerful for complex tasks, like recognizing objects in images or translating languages automatically. Example: if you've ever uploaded a photo to Facebook and noticed that it can automatically recognize and tag your friends, that's deep learning at work. The system has learned to identify faces by processing millions of pictures, and now it can recognize people even if it's a new picture. Deep learning is used in a lot of exciting areas, like self-driving cars. These cars use deep learning to recognize things like pedestrians, other vehicles, and traffic signs so they can navigate the road safely. It's also used in voice assistants like Google or Siri, helping them understand natural speech more accurately. 4th, generative AI. Lastly, we have generative AI. This is a newer and exciting area of AI. Unlike machine learning, which analyzes existing data to make predictions, generative AI actually creates new content based on patterns it has learned. It can write text, create images, make music, and even generate videos. Generative AI is powered by something called foundation models, which are massive models trained on huge amounts of data. These models help AI systems understand and create human-like content. One example of a foundation model is a large language model, which can generate text that reads as if a human wrote it. Example: let's say you're using a chatbot like ChatGPT. You can type a question, and it responds by writing an entire paragraph or even a story. That's generative AI in action. It's not just repeating things it's seen before, but creating new sentences based on what it has learned. Another cool example is AI, that creates images from text descriptions, like when you describe something, and the AI draws it for you. Generative AI also powers things like deepfakes, where you can create videos of people saying things they never actually said. While this can be fun for entertainment, it also shows how powerful this technology has become. But it's not just for fun. Generative AI is also used for real-world applications like designing products, creating music, and even helping with scientific research. Conclusion. So, to wrap it all up, artificial intelligence, AI, is about making machines smart enough to do things like humans. Machine learning, ML, helps computers learn from data and get better over time. Deep learning is a more advanced form of machine learning, using neural networks to process complex information. And finally, generative AI takes it a step further by creating new content, whether it's text, images, or even music. These technologies are already part of our daily lives, making everything from our phones to our favorite apps smarter and more helpful. I hope this video helped you understand these concepts a little better. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and feel free to leave a comment. Want to dive even deeper? I've got you covered. Click in the link below in the description and become an AI pro in no time.